Hello. So, continuing on our journey of narcissistic recognizance, intelligence, information, education, empowerment, I've told you that I would inform you if something happened with my narcissist. I told you we had been in a period where the communication was dissipating on his part. I told you that it's been over 3 months that I've seen him, and we're into 2 months that I've responded to him. But he continued reaching out to me, just to give you a review, for like another month. So now it's almost a month I haven't heard from him. So I'm thinking it had dissipated, or it was dissipating. I thought, okay, I did it. And all the research says they will get back in touch with you somehow. They will reach back out to old supply all the time. And I detest that term, supply. But it is truly indicative of what we are to them. So it's oddly appropriate, as infuriating as the word is, it is what we are to them. Okay, so all this time had gone by. I thought it was safe. Then, all of a sudden, my father tells me, I'm with my father on Father's Day. I come back, and that evening, I talked to him again a few times. It seemed like I was with him all day, and I talked to him all night. But there were a few, and so at one of the phone calls, he said, Renee, just so you know, such-so was on the machine. Happy Father's Day, I miss you to his wife, my stepmother, who's like my other parent. They've been together over 30 years, but I mean, he's like talking to them through the phone, blah, blah, blah. And I said, whoa, okay. It was on the machine, the answering machine. They still have a landline, okay? So they pressed the button when they got home from lunch with me. I had gone home to my house. We left their house, in other words. And then they check, and then that's what was on the machine. So we hung up, whatever, and I called him back, and I said, Dad, and this is how I handled it. And then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. But this is how I handled it right away. I think that, I don't know if you just saw that low battery close symbol that just came on, but I hope I erased it and it didn't bother you too much. But what I said to my father, I called him back and I said, Dad, because I know my dad's a gentleman, I said, you can call him and say thank you for the good Father's Day wishes if you so feel like you want to. Don't not do that because of me. I have no problem with you doing that. I don't think he did. He expressed, no, I'm good. I just wanted you to know that he did that. Okay, fine. So that's how that was handled. So I'm talking with my girlfriend, and we discuss this business a lot because she has gone through it. She is definitely one of us. And I'm going, so he wants what? He wants to hear from me. Was he trying to incite? This is me. Was he trying to make me think I'm going to call him? Like, what does that mean? He knows I'll be told that he, left a message from my father out of the blue. He hasn't tried to contact me, by the way. So it dissipated. He fell off me. So he's curious, like you're trying to come in now through my father. So you're trying to get a reaction out of me. It's got to be, because why would you do that? Why would you do that? You're not in contact with my father. You don't have an ongoing communicado with him. But I was okay with my dad calling him back. I'm a big girl. That doesn't bother me. They got friendly. I can see the reason for the phone call, but in other words, we haven't communicated. That has been clearly defined. He's not heard back from me. So the way that you're going to come at me now is this passive way through my family. And they tell you in the videos, they do this. I can't believe it's happening. So they don't want to be as black and white as texting you or calling you, but by contacting my father, it allows me to hear. Well, that's what my girlfriend said. So I'm going through all the reasons that make. She goes, Renee, he just wanted you to hear his name. And she's right. They just want the name to be brought to your attention. They want you on their mind, or them on your mind. It's a way of infiltrating any space of what I may have going on. Now he knows my father is going to say, hey, so-and-so left a message on the machine. That might be all he was after. I know she's going to hear my name today. I'll show you you're not responding. You're going to think of me today, though. You know what I mean? It can be kind of insidious like that. And I feel like I had to do the charge because I think that's why it said low battery, because it's about to die, but now I saved it. I think that it is a pretty desperate place to have somebody contact your father, and it's been 2 months since you've contacted them, when the relationship was only because of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it shows any courage. You have something to say to me? Then say it. There's other ways to reach me than through my father. You can never stop email. I always say that. You can block people from everywhere, but nobody changes their email with every breakup they have. So people can always contact you. There is always a way. You don't have to contact my father to wish him a happy Father's Day. I miss you. All of this. Yeah, everyone loves my family. Once they meet them, they all want to be in my family. Sorry, you blew it. I mean, it's infuriating to me that that's the cowardly way they take, is through a family member. And I wanted to mention it because I bet it's happened to you. And I know it has because there's been videos on it and I've seen it. And I didn't imagine it happening because I thought, we don't really know anybody in common. Who's he gonna... He had my dad's number. They golfed a couple times. You know what I mean? So he just took it upon himself to call my dad. I can't stop him from calling my dad. But when I think of the patheticism in that, is you are pathetic, alone, bored, all of the above, sitting there 2 months after I've not reached back out. So it's 2 months later and you're trying to provoke something in me by having your name come up. He's alone, bored. His newest supply they're in a bad place. His old supply isn't responding. He's trying to get a hit off of attention. He's hoping that this act will provoke me to call him. Oh my God, can you imagine? Now see, but this is your typical area in which girls, boys, men, women, whoever find themselves, is that this act could put the narcissist back on their mind, and now they're infused with a need to say, why'd you reach out to my family, or just to get a need to get that hit from him again. Don't let it do that. It didn't do that for me. I did check my phone a couple of times since, because I thought, is his next step going to be directly to me? Was this a prelude? And he was seeing what I would maybe do, which is nothing. So I did, but there was nothing. That's it. He contacted my father. But I think my girlfriend's right. He just wanted his name to be spoken. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is him continuing to portray someone that he's not to my father all this time later. And he's out there living this, that, and the other life. Why doesn't he tell my father that? Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to play nice with a Father's Day message. Tell him what you did to his daughter. Go ahead and tell him. It's shameful, their behavior. And then they continue to portray the good narcissist to a family member like in this situation. I find that a special kind of manipulation. Lucky for him, we are on to him. And even if my father called and had a conversation with him, I don't think my father will continue. It would be a thank you. It might get, thank you for thinking of me. My father's a polite man, so I thought he's going to feel like thanking him. So I want him free, if he ever did it or does it, whatever. But it didn't make me want to talk to him at all. It made me picture him in a room, standing all alone, with nobody around him, nobody to bother, nobody to call, nobody to text. He's right now not getting anything from anybody. Maybe he's moving in between the most recent supply, but hasn't quite, zeroed in on the next supply. So there's a lull. So he's in a room all by himself, and he's reaching out for some kind of attention. That's what I picture by that move. So if it happens to you, just know that's how I handled it. I released my father from, if he wanted to call him back, it doesn't have anything to do with me. And it didn't affect me at all. It didn't make me want to reach back out. Even though I checked my phone a couple times, that's just because I was curious. Is he going to try to reach out through any means necessary to get to me? But he hasn't. That's it. So, yeah, coming at you through your family. That's a slick one that really does happen that I had heard about. I thought it was a myth. So beware of that.